did promise you guys that I would show you what I used some of these pages for, because like I said, you could see where I tore out a page here. So I made traveler's notebooks. The theme is I made something, but I didn't necessarily finish it, right? Because you guys are seeing a pattern here. A lot of my stuff is still in the works, but the beauty of that is that I always can go back to it. I don't know. I think that's why I like all this so much. Okay, so this was a cover I made. I took one of those painted pages. I adhered it to, it's a file folder, and I collaged on the inside. This is bubbling up though, but that's okay because it's going to be for my personal use at some point. I collaged on the inside and on this one, and then I took, for this one, I took some coffee dyed papers, folded them in half, and scrapbook paper I had laying around. Some of this was just printer paper. Some of this was paper from where I worked because the letterhead had changed. They changed our logo and colors and styles, and I think even the name. I used to work at a hospital, and the name. And so they were like, we're gonna throw all this paper away. Why are we throwing the paper away? So I took a bunch of it home and used it for stuff like this. And just for this one, I actually used my sewing machine and sewed down the middle. Is that even in focus? I can't tell. There's like a glare right here. But there's a stitch down the middle, and then the idea is that this will go in here and that this could be like this, right? So that is one that I made. I made this one as well. This is, once again, if you look, my middle part's not in here, so I'll show you that in a second. Same thing. I took a painted paper, I glued it on to a file folder. This one I actually stitched around, and so it's stitched on the inside and outside, and that was really thick to stitch through. So if you're gonna stitch, my suggestion would be to just take the individual page, stitch the page, and then glue it down so it appears that you have stitched. You do not actually have to stitch through this whole thing. But once again, you live and learn, right? I collaged the inside this time with just some ledger paper and some music paper. And I made an insert. And this one is not bound together because I was thinking about using kind of like an elastic around. But it's got book page, coffee dyed. I think this is from a craft book. This is like those pages where you print your own certificates that you can buy like at Staples. This is a math book page that was sewn, glued, and then had these posts running through it. That was like so hard to take apart. Scrapbook paper. This is storybook paper. Recipe page. Blank paper. Plant book page. I thought this was cool. This is music paper that you would write your own, compose your own music on. I don't do that, but here's the rest of it. And I think I'm gonna put this one together and use this one soon. But I really like the way these look. That was a really fast video. And that was it for this one. I will have more things to show you about the different ways that I have journaled and like to journal, and I am sure I will have many more unfinished projects to share with you guys because I just have tons of stuff. And that's it. Bye.